going on YouTube? This is Lamont at Large. I'm coming to you live, but not live, in State College, Pennsylvania. I came here actually by dumb luck. My van broke down around here, and little did I know this was the place where Penn State is and where the Litany Lions play football. One of the most storied college football programs in the history of college sports. But also there is a dark story past the Litany Lions playing and snapping footballs on the field. I am here to visit the grave of legendary coach Joe Paterno, called Joe Pa for short. This man had an immaculate career, if you will. Very, very famous. Coached the team for almost 30 years, I believe. I remember seeing like old college football films of him on the sidelines wearing a suit, wearing that hat. But now his storied past has been smeared and slandered by a dirty and filthy thing that happened at Penn State. So as you guys know, Jerry Sandusky, he was the assistant football coach for the Penn State Litany Lions for 30 years. And then come to find out, around 2009, a grand jury investigation took place where a bunch of kids, well at that time kids, now adults, stated that Jerry Sandusky basically raped them. There is a very infamous story that in 2002, while Joe Paterno was the coach at Penn State, one of the assistant athletic directors came into the locker room at Penn State and witnessed Jerry Sandusky raping a 10-year-old. Instead of doing what any grown man would do, which is rescue the child and beat the living crap out of him, he turned around and went to Joe Paterno. The story goes that Joe Paterno told the athletic department what happened, and nothing was done. He was continually allowed to rape boys at his pleasure, at his leisure, for another 7 years until the heat started coming on him. And of course, as you know how the story goes, Jerry Sandusky was sentenced to 24 to 30 years in prison, basically a life sentence because he was already in his 70s by that time. He is held at Green SCI, Supermax prison here in Pennsylvania. And Joe Paterno was fired. He was fired, and the statue of him at Penn State was taken down. And this is where his resting place is now. So we're gonna go find Joe Paterno. As I was walking around, I thought this marker was gonna be Paterno's because it's pretty fancy. But nope, it's right over there. It's flat. He doesn't have a tombstone, so to speak. So this is the grave of legendary coach Joe Paterno. His wife Susan will be buried next to him. Joseph Vincent Paterno. For such a legendary coach, not a very fancy grave. I normally don't speak ill of the dead, but this guy would deserve any kind of just utter disrespect, in my own personal opinion. This guy right here, this scumbag, Joe Paterno, had years and years and years to go to the police, to go to local authorities, whoever would hear him. He had a very, very powerful voice. He could have said, hey, my assistant coach, Jerry Sandusky, there are stories going around campus of him raping little boys. I think we need to get this guy out of here. But no, this guy and the athletic department at Penn State University, or as I like to call it, Ped State, they all turned a blind eye as little children suffered by the hands of that fucking monster, Jerry Sandusky. This guy was fired from Penn State, and subsequently, he died, and I don't remember the exact date, but he died right after you got fired. A true shame that not this guy being a coach, but this guy could have just said, you know what, let me put a stop to this. But he allowed it to happen. He was an enabler, and as far as I'm concerned, he's exactly where he deserves to be. I don't know who's coming here to leave signs, but this man does not deserve any signage. He doesn't even deserve that marker. They should have done to him what Tiger Woods' mom did to the dad. Just bury him in an unknown, unmarked grave. There he is, guys. The child molesting enabler, Joe Paterno.